As soon as you saw it, it's called an accidental handball because his arm wasn't open, but still a penalty. So could you give us your view of, because you had the privileged view of that moment?
Yeah, as soon as I control the ball, I just try to shoot quick as possible, and then I saw his arm a little bit away of his body. That's why I asked for the handball, and then the ref gave to us, and then we score.
And how's it been under Liam? Because you've played as a 10 and you played as a 9, but what are the differences that you felt so far?
Yeah, I think now he's gonna use me more as a 9, but in the build-up I can be a 10. So yeah, I just try to do my best for the team. And Liam, he's the gaffer who always electric, always want us to play with intensity, and I think this has helped us to win the games.
Yeah, it's sure working well for you, scoring and player of the match. Well done, João.
Thank you.
Of the 4:30, let's just show you what that does to the table. Chelsea go above Liverpool into 4th, 9 points behind Aston Villa. Villa now 10 ahead of Liverpool, 11 ahead of Manchester United going into that 4:30. And if we switch to the bottom half, you can see how bunched up it is now. Forest back to 5 points ahead of West Ham, but level with Leeds and Crystal Palace, and you may well say Spurs as well, when you look at the number of points, are being dragged into this. And Gary, we will look at that here in the studio. When we go back to that first goal, it was going so well for Palace, they were comfortable, and then they shot themselves in the foot.
Yeah, they didn't. It was just organisation at the back, really, a little bit of a mix-up. You've got Brennan Johnson taking the kick. He's now in a defensive position here. Tyrick Mitchell here. Canvo on the side. He's in an attacking position initially, but his pass is just... God knows what he's thinking there, really. But the position of Mitchell, as Gary mentioned at half-time, is just so poor. But from Estevao, it is brilliant. He doesn't even give Mitchell an opportunity to think, should I make a tackle or not? Because you're always thinking, aren't you, in that situation, red card. So for him, absolutely fantastic. And Gary, the finish.
Yeah, I agree. Like you said, he's just taking it away from the defender. It's so difficult for the defender to get tight, to get any sort of challenge in there. But yeah, sloppy goal on from Palace's point of view.
And then this was a well-taken goal by João Pedro. Cambo actually played him onside in the build-up to this, Gary, as well.
It was, yeah. Shown composure there, Andy, the chop inside. And I think I've been there myself in Wharton's position. When you turn big and you turn your back on the ball, you just lose that yards, and it ends up that he's 2-3 yards away, and it's a simple finish for João Pedro. I thought was excellent second half.
Let's look at the penalty then and the build-up to it. And Darren, England giving this. Now, we are told, Jamie, that if the ball is going goalwards and is going in, then that's why they give accidental handball and a yellow card. Because the fact that we are told it's heading towards the goal, so it negates other factors. We have been told that.
We've been told that. It reminds me a little bit a couple of weeks ago of the Verts one at Fulham, where they tell you that it's right and the lines are a bit thick and think, oh, this is the first time I've ever heard that. And it almost feels like the first time I've ever heard that situation there. And also the yellow card. I mean, listen, whether OK, if they're saying that that's in the rule, OK, fine. It does hit his arm. It does stop the ball going towards the goal. So, OK, give a penalty. I don't understand why you get yellow carded for. I mean, what's he supposed to do? But, so, I mean... You know, they'll say if it was deliberate, a red card, yeah, but if it's not deliberate, we give a yellow card. It's just either a red card if it's deliberate. Yes. If it's not deliberate, there's no yellow card.
Because you can't do anything about it.
Nothing. Ridiculous.
But in the laws, they say, well, non-deliberate is yellow. But if you don't know you're doing it,
exactly.
How do you get punished for doing something that you don't know what you've done, if that makes sense?
Honestly,
bizarre, Gary.
I don't like it. I didn't like it at the time. I don't like it when I've seen it back. Now, there's certain angles that don't back up my argument. There was the fact of, from a defensive point of view, you're asking me to close you down as a striker with my arm here. It has to be. Because if it's here and it hits the body first and then the arm, surely the arm's in a natural position is my argument. So you're asking me to defend you like this. Yeah. If you don't take the shot straight away and you move the ball, I'm having to shut you down and move like this. It's so unnatural. I wasn't happy with it, to be honest. I don't think it was a penalty. But as you've just read out,
And then we hammer defenders, don't we, Gary? If they're there with their hands behind the back, then we hammer them for constantly walking around like that.
But there's a situation to block the ball where you might be a little bit like this. If you don't shoot first time and move the ball, then do I just keep running around like this? It's so unnatural. It's unbelievable. You naturally come out to block the ball. If his arm's here, I understand. The fact it's hit him here, or on the side, on his hip, and then hit his hand, is so harsh from my point of view.
John Terry would be knackered playing now, wouldn't he?
The also fact of the matter is Chelsea were 2-0 up at that stage, and Liam Rosenior can take a lot of comfort for how they dealt with that second half, Chelsea, very good second half. Yeah, I was impressed second half. They stepped it up another gear. They controlled periods of the game. They were tidier on the ball, which is what I said at half-time. I was hoping they would be, and yeah, credit to Liam Rosenior and the Chelsea team. Another 3 points in the league for them. I suppose if Oliver Glasner's going to take anything from this, is 3-0 they didn't give up and they were still trying to go for it. And even when they pulled one consolation back, they were like, let's go again, Jamie.
Yeah, I was speaking to Gary. We've been in that situation ourselves as sort of defenders where you're cruising and all of a sudden it feels a little bit panicky once this goal goes in. I mean, the goalkeeper's furious with Enzo Fernandez because he ends up on the floor and trips him up. That's who he comes running to here. Look, I mean, it's just listen, that's the frustrations. He wants his clean sheet. As I said, we've both been there as defenders. But you're not hanging on, but it's a little bit more nervous towards the end of the game. But that's natural.
And Oliver Glasner will be furious, you would have thought, with Adam Wharton's second yellow card because of the next game that he will miss.
Yeah, I think it's Nottingham Forest, isn't it? They play next. And when you're starting to look at the table, that's looking like a very important game for Crystal Palace. He's on a yellow card. He knows he is. And as soon as you go to the floor, go to the ground, you've got a huge problem. There wasn't a lot of contact in it, but as I said, the referee's got no option. 2 yellows in 5 minutes for Adam Wharton, so big win.
They have no Cole Palmer today, but they love Estevao. Just talk us through, when you're in a difficult game like that and a moment comes, you're an 18-year-old kid and you do that, what does that say about him and his...
I think it says what we already know. He's a player with special ability, special talent. He's been ill. And every time he's been on the pitch so far with me, I think he's been outstanding. But I feel if you watch that goal, what makes me so happy is all 11 men are back behind the ball. That's why he gets the space. I don't want to talk too much about individuals. I thought it was a top team performance away from home from João Pedro pressing, Pedro Neto and Estevao from the front, the two midfield players, Andre Santos tactically, and then the defenders had to defend really, really well against the presence of Mateta. So yeah, Estevao, so happy with him, but so happy with the whole team.
Yep.
First of all, congratulations on a really good performance. There was a nice moment there towards the end of the game where you went over to the Chelsea fans and you were serenaded towards the end. Are you starting to feel a bit of a connection with them now?
I hope so. I'm very happy to be here. It's a fantastic club with fantastic supporters. I said it's two-way. I have to earn that. I'm aware of that. For not just me, my staff, the players, the team, in our performances, and I hope over time they'll see that something good may happen here. But in the reason I get that today was the hard work of everyone on the training pitch, the hard work of the players on the pitch. It's not about me, and hopefully I can, myself and the staff and the players, make them really happy in days to come.
You say it's a two-way thing. You've now won 4 out of your first 5 games. You're starting to feel like the players are understanding exactly what you want from them.
I think today was a huge test. I changed the shape. I played. It's hard to explain. It's like a semi-4, semi-5 at the back with Andre in between. For them to go and put on, for a tactical point of view, the performance that they did in 2 days, it makes me very pleased because pretty much 95% of the press and 95% of the positioning was absolutely perfect. So they're engaged. I think they're believing in what they're doing, but it's one game. We have to make sure that we're consistent in every game we play.
Nizar.
Liam, you say it's one game, but it's 4 wins in 5 now for you, and it's 2 wins back-to-back, first time since November for Chelsea. So, are you relieved that it's gone so well? Because I guess in another circumstance, it might not have gone that well.
Ifs and buts. I can't talk about what hasn't happened. I'm focused on the next game. I keep saying it, you can't get carried away. And there's still things that we really need to correct quickly. So I think it's a foul, the goal that we can see, but it's another goal from a set play. I was not happy with our last 10 minutes. I felt we should have gone on to dominate the game further in that moment. But I'm not thinking about being relieved or how I'm feeling. I'm just focused on the job. That's really, really important. And we got another huge game on Wednesday.